Hey there, how's it going? So today I thought I'd come out and give a little play on the big bike. I remember when I first started thinking about trials, I always wondered, how it's gonna improve my mountain biking, and that's really the whole reason I started trials, is so I could get better at being on my mountain bike. Well, so here's the video. Thanks for watching.
So I'm riding an XL Idless Ripley, which is a short travel 29er. I'm 6'4" and I'm running a 60mm stem. So the majority of my improvement from this past year has been in slow speed bike handling. Though I do feel like I've made progress in other areas, probably from just being on the bike more. Suspension definitely makes it a little bit trickier to keep your balance. Takes a little bit to get used to moving with the suspension and not fighting the suspension. So it turns out that track stands are actually easier on the 29er. I don't know if this is because it's longer or lower or what. This is probably the most useful thing I've learned in this past year, actually. So rear wheel hops on the Ripley are more difficult due to the suspension, but actually the position is more comfortable for me. I think it's the size of the bike, longer the reach. I don't do these on the trail, though I might give it a try at some point. The pedal up seems like it'd be very useful, though I haven't been really confident enough to try this on the trail yet. So there's a few places on my local trails where I want to try static gaps once I get better at it, more confident. Wheel swaps come in handy once I learn to gap to front wheel. Hopefully I'll be able to learn those this year. So pivots have come in real handy in working through technical sections and getting around little roots and rocks and obstacles and things like that. Getting on the front wheel takes a bit more effort. I think it's due to the slacker head tube angle. One thing that's come much easier this past year is just being able to pick up the front of the bike. I remember it used to take quite a bit of effort, and now it just seems effortless. Here's a manual machine without the manual machine. Pedal kicking from static has got me out of a couple of jams. So I just started learning these static transfers. These are a bit harder on the 29er than the Hex, for sure. Goal here is to jump up to rear wheel and stay on the rear wheel, not use the pedals. I didn't change any of my suspension settings for any of this. I try to keep it the same as if I were riding it on the trail, just so that I can get used to those settings. So I was a bit worried that, when I learned things on the trials bike, that I had to relearn them on the trail bike, but really it's not that big of a difference, to be honest. Or at least it's not that big of a difference for the type of riding I do. I'm just going to let the video play out of me struggling to get up these two pallets here. Thanks for watching.